day is he up here.
Welcome to Freedom Watch Afghanistan. I'm Staff Sergeant Trevor Pedro. When the International Security Assistance Force deployed to Afghanistan in early 2002, nearly 900 German troops were in the ranks. 6 years later, that number has increased fourfold. According to the Associated Press, that number is set to rise again as the German Defense Ministry announced it was raising the ceiling on its troop deployments from 3,500 to 4,500. The next wave of troops is set to hit Operation Enduring Freedom in the coming weeks as Germany takes over the Quick Reaction Force in the north. Last week, reports came out of the Pentagon stating that the Taliban is pushing to regain ground in not only the southern provinces, but the relatively quiet northern areas. German officials say the intelligence on Taliban movements is allowing ISAF to pre-position the incoming troops in an effort to halt insurgent violence. Germany isn't the only NATO member to fill the need for more troops. ISAF as a whole has increased from 5,000 personnel in 2002 to 52,000 men and women from 40 countries. The 101st Combat Aviation Brigade brings something Afghanistan's Regional Command East hasn't seen since the 5th year of Operation Enduring Freedom. Armed reconnaissance aircraft ready to roll out 24 hours a day. Army Sergeant Pat Malone introduces us to a helicopter pilot flying low to keep the soldiers safe.
Chief Warrant Officer Jeremy Miller grew up in Texas, dreaming of one day serving his country.
I came in the military to be an airborne ranger. I wanted to do that since I was a little kid. Came in the military, did that, and then went to Iraq and had this helicopter really pull me out of a bind several times.
After witnessing the Kiowa Warriors' impact firsthand, he traded in his combat boots for cavalry spurs to become a Kiowa pilot.
Now that I'm here, it makes me feel extremely proud to be able to go and give back the same support that was given to me when I was in Iraq.
His 11 years of experience as an infantryman gives him a good idea of what to look for when flying in dangerous territory.
We can pick out the high grounds, we can pick out the bad choke points, we can let the ground guy know faster with better accuracy what he's fixing to walk into than any other airframe we've got. And I love doing it.
Chief Miller's love for flying keeps him climbing into the cockpit day after day, and there's no doubting his passion for what he does.
I'd just like to say that there is no other better airframe in the military. Kiowa Warriors #1.
Army Sergeant Pat Malone, Jalalabad, Afghanistan.
The 101st Combat Aviation Brigade's Task Force Out Front aviators have flown over 10,000 hours since arriving in January. Now here's a look at your photos from the field.
"60 Afghan men were trained by the Kunar Provincial Reconstruction Team to become part of the Afghan National Auxiliary Police Force. The 3-week course conducted at Camp Wright is the only one of its kind in Kunar Province.
The mission in Afghanistan goes beyond combating insurgents. There are many outreach programs in place throughout the country that target the hearts and minds of the Afghan people. As Staff Sergeant Jason Armstrong reports, that community is a focus at Bagram's Hospital.
This is an on-base hospital where military members and contractors are seen for medical care. But during any given month, more than 100 local Afghans are also seen.
And a lot of these patients are patients that, unfortunately, it might be a child who was burned and came here and had skin grafting. They would then come back here for follow-up for several months after that.
There is the clinic, where patients are usually seen and then released for a later follow-up appointment. And then there is the ward. In the ward, you will find locals being treated long-term for more serious injuries.
The technicians, nurses, and doctors are wonderful. I'm very happy and thankful for them. Every day I feel my body has improved.
Everyone is very nice and takes care of me very well.
They are so welcoming of our care, and we treat them all the same that we would treat, and then we do treat our active duty patients. So I think we really help bring a positive image to Air Force Medical and the United States as well.
The hospital opens its doors for regular Afghan care on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Staff Sergeant Jason Armstrong, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan.
That's all for this edition of Freedom Watch Afghanistan. I'm Staff Sergeant Trevor Pedro. Thanks for watching.